baking day. Oh. And there she goes. Look, I got my Harley shirt on. Let me turn you around and I'll kind of show you what kind of mess I got. Okay, so I'm making my tea. And here's my little iron skillets that I got at Walmart when they were having their before Christmas. They had like cookies and queso dip, and then there's a bigger round one. Oh, aren't those cute? I'm going to show you. Gosh, you guys. This is less a mess than it was 2 days ago. This right here has been my nemesis. What I've been trying to do with it hasn't worked. So, did you get my dish towel? Look at her. What are you getting? What you got? Oh, go. Excuse me, you little thief. It's like, yeah, so what? So, anyway, these are some of the things. This one, not quite sure. I have to show the customer. They want this on there like this, but I'm not sure I like that. And just have the flag. But I'm making them the coasters like that. And then I've got another one with horses. I don't know if you can see. And then I don't give it to. Yeah, coasters are the things. And then these are a lot of stickers that I've still got projects I have to put on. But I pretty much got most all my Christmas gifts, except for the, not my Christmas gifts, but the ones that people ordered. But I've got a few more now. So, look at that. More coasters already done. I just have to ship them out. Here's my little I don't give a sip cup. And sip happens. This one's mine. So anyway, I'll be making some goodies here in a minute. I'll be right back. Now this is going to be kind of the quickest little yummy candy dessert. You can use, it's kind of like a peanut brittle. The only difference is this candy has to stay refrigerated. It seems like most of the low carb desserts and dishes have to stay refrigerated. But what I've got, I used, instead of peanuts, I've got pecans. Sorry. But I roasted these in the oven with butter and salt. I love that flavor. Now I have made this with raw pecans, and it's good. And I've even made this with candied pecans. It was good, but it was just too much sweet, but it was still good. And then I like it better. This will be like my 4th batch, and I like it better with the roasted pecans. And basically what you're going to do is turn your heat on low. You're going to use a full stick of real butter. This is just salted sweet cream butter by Great Value. It's a lot of butter, but we, those of us who do low carb, I have always eaten real butter. I've never been able to, I can't stand that fake. I just don't like the fake butter. So, and so you'll put this in your pan. Of course, that was silly to say, huh? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt this on low heat. And because it keeps it from scorching the butter. You don't want to scorch your butter. So when this is melted, I'll turn you back on. Okay, well, I thought I recorded this and it didn't. I added 3 tablespoons of granulated stevia. I've made this before and I've used monk fruit, erythritol, and my powdered sugar. I added half a cupful of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. So now it's kind of like on a low bubble, and that's what you want to get it to. And when it does that, that's when I add my nuts. All the good stuff. And I stir that in, and then I turn my oven up to about 5. Now this is where you cannot leave. You have to stir, stir, stir. So I'll turn you back on when it's ready to pour. Kind of show you what it looks like. Can you see that? Just have to keep stirring it. And I set my microwave so I know what time, 8 minutes. That seems to be about the time limit. Anything more kind of tastes a little burnt. But just continuously stirring. I can't believe I missed a week of YouTube. It was so stressful. You know, you get in the habit of doing things, and then you get a glitch. Yeah, it was really, and you know, the thing with being pre-diabetic, believe it or not, stress affects your numbers. I could wake up in the morning and my numbers would be, you know, in the 120s. You know, they call that also the dawn effect. But my numbers have been pretty consistent in the mornings, between 102 and 107. So stress definitely adds to it. Oh man, this smells so good, you guys. Key is just stir, stir, stir. And you know your oven, you know your stove. So, like I have mine set on 5, and this is an electric stove. So, and you notice I pick it up every once in a while, because I don't, even though I'm stirring, I don't want to scorch the bottom. This is so good. You know, the only downfall of these, were the desserts that I've been making, I guess, is that they do all have to be refrigerated. When you buy and use all the ingredients, that has got, I don't know what you call it, additives and stuff that it keeps it from melting, I guess. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I wish I could have put this over the top. See if I can get you closer. I'll take that off for a second. I don't know if this will look inside. See? Look at that. But it will scorch really quick. Look at that. So good. And it's, you know, most of us have got microwaves. So it's so easy. And see, now it's starting to smoke. And that's when you need to stir it faster. That's part of the recipe. Just keep it stirring. No, don't tell me why. I can't remember. I found this recipe probably a little over a year ago. And like I said, I didn't write this stuff down with the maker or anything because I didn't think I'd be doing this. And I wish I would have, because I definitely give credit to whoever. And, you know, a lot of recipes, too, I'll tweak for myself. When I got this recipe, it was with raw pecans. And like I said, it was good. But you know, if you've roasted some pecans and put them in a dish, and see it's turning a little bit darker, more caramely, dark caramel. This is so quick. And the hardest part of this is when you lay it out on in your pan or your sheet or whatever you're going to pour it out on, you have to leave it set until it's room temperature. And then you put it in your refrigerator for overnight. That's kind of key to how it turns out. I remember making peanut brittle when I was younger with my grandma and my mom, and we had a big granite or marble. It was a marble thing in the kitchen, and we'd just clean off. Look at that! Oh man, that's so good looking. And then we'd pour it out and let it cool right there on the slab. Didn't even put any wax paper, parchment paper, foil, nothing. These were the days when everybody wasn't so paranoid about every little germ or, imagine how we survived. We just let it roll out on the marble and let it cool. And then when it was cool, I think my grandma and my mom used to take their rolling pin and they would kind of roll but drop it on there to break it up. So we used to make huge batches of it. And this is so caramely now. So I'm going to turn you off so I can not use up my video. Okay, so my 8 minutes is up. Whoa, I don't want to drop you. But look at this. If you could smell this. Okay, so let me get my dish prepared. Okay, so what I've done here, I just made a little aluminum dish. Wax paper would probably be better, but I don't have any wax paper. I've got parchment paper, and I did it on parchment paper last time, and I didn't care for it. And so all I'm going to do is pour this on top. Okay, so now just gonna let it sit here till it cools, and I'll turn you back on when it does. See you in a bit. Okay, so it's been sitting out for about 20 minutes, and you can see it's set up a little bit. It's at room temperature. So now I'm going to slide it on this plate and put it in the fridge. Yum. Okay, so now I put it in the freezer for a little bit, and you can see, I mean, it's kind of like caramel right now, so it's still moldable. But I'm going to try to pull it off and cut it up into my squares and then put it back in. I cut the edges off because I needed to try it. Oh, you guys, it is so good. So I'll turn you back on in a minute. Okay, so this was a hard angle to get, but I'm basically just going to cut it. Into little squares. I won't make you go through all this, but look at that. Oh my gosh. That is so good. So I'm going to turn you off so I can cut this all up. Okay, so I got it all cut up, and I've got 3 layers right now of 8 or 9 pieces. I've got 4 pieces left over. Now this doesn't affect my blood sugar. It's going to rise, but it does not spike it to where I can't have it, and it goes back down within an hour. So, when I test my blood an hour after I have a piece, and then an hour after that, my blood is going down. So this recipe is good for me, but remember, if you're diabetic, to check your blood before and then 1 hour after your last bite. So if you have 1 or 2 pieces, you need to stop, or 3 pieces, however many, stop and test your blood 1 hour after the last bite, swallow, and then 1 hour after that to see if it spikes your blood sugars. But I guarantee you this is some yummy stuff. Y'all are going to love it. Even if you're non-diabetic, I encourage you to try this because it is a sugar substitute, stevia. So it's better for you than cane sugar anyway. So, alrighty, y'all. I hope you try it. If you do, let me know. Adios.